So hello, welcome back to another video. Now, what can I say? It's late evening, or late afternoon I should say, early evening. Just finished work, we've just come down to a mark to try for a mackerel really quick. Now, we've got really crap tides today and we've got a very strong wind. Even though we're on very small tides at the moment, there's a lot of tide run around here. There's a lot of chop as well, so I imagine there's going to be quite a bit of weed in the water. However, I'll come down to throw out a metal for the next 45 minutes and see if I can hook into an early season mackerel. So what I'm going to do is clip on a lure right now without damaging my rod. So I'm going to be using a Sidewinder mimic jig, and this is 20 grams. I'll give you a better show of it in a second. Now, I'm hoping 20 grams is going to be okay here. However, I do have a 40 gram nettle with me as well. So I want to get fishing straight away whilst we've still got that daylight. Hopefully we can hook into a mackerel today. Yeah, that'll be absolutely excellent. So there's no harm in trying. Let's see if they're about. Right then, big surge in the water. As that tide wraps around this head, creates a lot of swell that runs through here and a lot of tide. So I'm just going to stand quite far back and let's pop out that lure. I'm going to let it flutter and let it sink pretty deep, because basically just fishing over sand, so hopefully not going to lose anything today. Now, I've only come down here on the off chance. It's still a little bit early, but there should be some mackerel showing now. It's not the best part of the tide that I'd like to be fishing down here targeting mackerel, but as I said, I've literally just finished work, so I'm just making the most of the later evenings now, the lighter evenings, seeing if I can get lucky and hook into a fish. Well, could be into something here, but I honestly can't tell if that's a fish. Oh, it is a fish, it's kicking. I actually can't tell what that is, whether it's a mackerel or a little pollock or what. It's not big, but it's fighting against the tide. It is a little pollock. There we go. Not the mackerel we're after, but pleasant surprise. Little pollock there. Lovely job. There we are. Not what we're after. Got a little baby pollock there. Taking on that little mimic jig. Right, let's get him back. Not what I was expecting, but a fish is a fish. You always get a bit of an odd fight from the smaller pollock, I find, because they can just kind of feel like dead weight. Now, if you hook the bigger ones, they certainly go some. But little ones like that, I didn't even really feel it kicking until I got it halfway in. For all I knew, it could have been a bit of weed. I'm in again. This one was closer in. What have we got here? Just a small fish again. Guessing another little pollock, or is it going to be a mackerel? God, it's going some now. Trying to go around that corner. I reckon this could be a mackerel. I can't see it. It is a mackerel. Way! First one. Look at that. Great stuff. Well, it was worth coming down for. We've got ourselves our first mackerel of the season. Whoa, he's only a small one, but he'll be in size. Now the best thing for me to do right now is to get a lure straight back in the water, because if they're just passing through... Come on mate, calm down. There we go, he's unhooked. There we go. Little mackerel to start the season with. Great stuff. So, success or failure? First mackerel of the year on the first try. Could be a success. Didn't catch anything else or any more. Could be a failure. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot off now. I've had my fun and I'm going to come back maybe tomorrow or sometime later in the week. So I'll probably link it to this video. So I'll see you next time. So it's the next day and I'm about to cook up some of this mackerel. Now what I'm doing today is something very, very simple. Just like all the catch and cook videos on my channel, I like to keep it simple just so people can try this stuff if they like to try it at home. If you go out and you catch the same fish I'm catching, it might give you a bit of inspiration to try something a little bit different. Anyway, today I'm going to be making a fisherman's soup. Now I'm using the mackerel that I caught yesterday, and I'm also going to be adding some prawns as well, some raw frozen king prawns. And the fisherman's soup is packed full of flavour, easy to make, so I'll run through it now and show you how it's done. So first things first, we're going to prep this lovely mackerel here. Now, very simply, just going to take the fillets off. So run the knife down the middle of the backbone like that. Just follow the bone down. You want a nice sharp knife for this. And we'll just take each of those fillets off. We're going to take the bones out. And then we're just going to dice it up to add to our soup. So there we go, there's one fillet taken off like that. Lovely meat on there. You just flip it over, do the other side. Once again, just run the knife down the back of the spine like that. You want to keep all of that meat on there so nothing goes to waste. So there we go. Now with the carcass, I'll freeze this down. I'll use that for the crab wheels in the next couple of weeks. So let's just clean that up a bit. And then what we have here, you just have a few very, very small, delicate bones that are from what would be the rib cage, basically, there. And then down this center here, you've got very small pin bones. So you can either cut straight through the fish if you're doing this, or you can just gently go down the middle like that and then peel it out. Just like this. Now you can do this when it's cooked, but obviously I want to cut this up and put it into the soup. So what we're left with here is, this is just all meat, complete meat here. So all I'll do then is cut it into 4 pieces, and that's going to be ready to go into our soup just as it is. So we'll get this side done as well. Get rid of those bones. And then this one I'm just going to put into 3 because it's a little bit thinner. And there we have it. That's our mackerel prepped, ready to start cooking. So these are the ingredients I'm using today. Now I've prepped all this ready just to save a bit of time, but it's all dead easy. Now all I've got here is some diced onion with some garlic, some peeled and diced celery. I've got a few chopped up plum tomatoes, some fresh parsley, some lemon zest. I'm going to put a bit of saffron, some chili flakes. I've got a little bit of vegetable stock here, a bit of white wine, and then obviously over here I've got my mackerel and a few prawns. So let's get cooking. This is definitely going to be tasty and I can't wait to try it. Right, so first of all we're going to get the pan on a medium heat and add some olive oil. Grab a spoon. Now the first thing we're going to add is the onion. And just start by sweating the onion off, but you don't want to colour it. You want it to stay translucent. So just on a medium heat, gently sweat that off. And this really isn't going to take too long to cook. You're probably going to cook the soup out for about 10 or 15 minutes. Add your fish, which is going to cook. The mackerel, give it 3 minutes, just on a gentle simmer. The prawn's really going to take 2 minutes, so it's really a pretty quick recipe. So now the onion's sweating off nicely, we're going to add the garlic. And also the celery. Very, very basic cooking this. Next up, we're going to season it with some black pepper, some sea salt, and then just add it to your taste. Going to add some chili flakes. Just continue to sweat that off nicely. Now already that is smelling absolutely incredible. So it's now time to add our plum tomatoes. Just gently stir those about. Just want to coat them in everything. Cook this off for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Then I'm going to add the white wine, and the stock. So those tomatoes are slightly starting to soften now. And you don't want to move it around too much because you don't want to break them up just into mush. So now we're just going to add a drop of wine. And then you just stand back, let it do its thing. That's going to reduce slightly. And then we'll add our stock. So it's time to get the stock in. Now what I've got here is 500 mils of vegetable stock. I'm going to add pretty much all of it. It's about 450 mils in there at the moment. So we'll keep a little bit back. If we need it, we can add more. Now I'll bring that to the boil, let it simmer for a little bit. One thing I have forgot. This is where I'm going to add the saffron actually. Now you don't want too much of this, just a little pinch. So that goes in, we'll give that a little stir. Now I'm also going to add the lemon zest. And then I'm just going to pop a lid on it and let that simmer for about 5 minutes. So that's been bubbling away nicely for a few minutes now. So I'm just going to turn it down slightly. And then just going to drop our fish in. Now all you're doing is lightly poaching this. So it's just a gentle style of cooking. You don't want it full blast, boiling away. Just gently poached.
pop the lid back on, and that's literally going to take about 3-4 minutes. That is looking and smelling good. So let's go in with the prawns. And once again, lid back on. 2 more minutes, and then it's time to eat. Right, I reckon we are good to go. So I'm just going to turn that off. I'm going to add parsley. This is looking and smelling very good. So let's get plated up and have a taste test. Right, got a bowl. I want to get all these bits of fish in here. This is actually going to be quite a lot, so I say I'm not going to eat all of it, but you never know. This really is such an easy thing to do. Let's get another bit of that fish in there. And now to finish it, I'm just going to sprinkle a few more chili flakes on there. We've got a bit of parsley left. And just a few pea shoots. And that right there is one delicious looking meal. Yes, this is gonna be good. Now I've just waited for it to cool slightly. It's gonna be very hot. But first of all, what I want to taste is a lovely chunk of that mackerel. Smells are incredible. Oh man. That was unbelievable. I love the chili kick to it. You can really taste that lemon, that saffron, everything. Absolutely brilliant. Oh my God. Try a bit of that prawn as well. I don't know if you can see properly there, but now, although the mackerel fishing hasn't really fully kicked off yet, still appreciate getting the odd fish here and there, so it was definitely worth going out. It's been a lot of fun. I actually ended up catching some. It's about 2 weeks earlier than when I started catching them last year. And now with this soup as well, you don't have to add the prawns if you don't like to. You can just have it with the mackerel. To be entirely honest, you can do it with any white fish. You could also add mussels and clams and things like that. It really is up to you. The mackerel's so tender when you're just gently poaching it like that. So tender. It's almost got that ceviche texture to it, but you know it's cooked through. You know when you're hungry, but you're not quite sure what you fancy, and then you eat something and you think, that is just hit the nail on the head. This could not be a better meal for me right now. It's light, it's fragrant, tasty, healthy. What more could you ask for? This is absolutely amazing. If you like a bit of chili kick as well, really, really adds to the flavour. Beautiful. Well, I'm definitely glad I decided to make that. It was absolutely fantastic. Now, I highly recommend, if you do catch some mackerel for the next few weeks and you like food like this, please go give it a try, because as you've just seen on video, it's dead easy to make, but it's packed full of flavour, and it's it's just a lovely lunch or dinner to have. Now, I'm going to leave this video there. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button or leave a comment if you wish to. I'd also like to say one more thing, and that is recently, over the last few days, my channel just hit 10,000 subscribers, which, to be honest with you, I can't believe has even got to this point. I've never been out to try and, gain subs or do this or do that. I purely make videos for fun, for my own fun, for other people's entertainment as well. But I really do appreciate each and every single one of you that subscribes to my channel and interacts with me through any sort of any social media platform or anything like that. So a big thanks. There will be a giveaway at some point. I just need to think of a couple of ideas and have the time to organise it, but that will be coming up as well. But until then, thank you very much for watching this video. Please go check out the other videos on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.